everybody, I'm YGOPRO Deckmaster, and it's time for another special! Hello everybody, I'm YGOPRO Deckmaster. I know you're probably wondering where the hell I've been. Due to recent events, I decided to take some time off and spend it with my lovely wife and kind of just work on our relationship more than this game. Financially speaking, I was spending so much money on buying cardboard, that it kind of put a damper on the things we were able to do financially. So I decided to go strictly YGOPRO for my deck builds and duels. I don't mind facing you on DN either if you want to. Though you have to work around my schedule. So, now you know where I've been. Now you know what I'm up to. If you like, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And, hey, here you go. Every now and then I'll put up some duel videos, but it's not going to be on a regular basis. But, you know, the more likes and comments I get, the more amped I'll be to want to put up more stuff. So, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the duel. Alright everybody, time for the deck special. Now you're looking right here and seeing Ignite Caliber, and you're probably wondering, what the hell, is this an Ignite deck? And yes, in a way, of course it is, but it's not just a standard Ignite deck. It's something that hasn't been done before, or at least I can't find on YouTube or Google very easily. And that's a Ritual Pendulum deck. This is what I call my Horsemen Ritual deck. It relies on 5 rituals representing the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Now, for those religious people out there, but there's only 4 horsemen in the apocalypse. This is true. But the story changes on which 4. You have famine, death, war, and then usually pestilence. But originally, before pestilence was brought in, there was conquest. So I decided to add all 5. Pestilence and conquest is added into this build. I'll go through and explain to you the horsemen as I come across them. I'm only running 1 copy of each just to kind of go with the theme. It's a fun deck, not a meta deck. And I use the Ignites as Pendulum and Exceed base to help speed through the deck quickly and allow me to Pendulum summon off. So, I run 2 Ignite Calibers. They're all vanilla, by the way. All of the Ignites are vanilla. And all their skells have the ability that if you have an Ignite card in your other Pendulum zone, you can destroy both and then add a Fire Warrior from deck or grave to hand. This will allow you to search through and add another Ignite card from deck to hand, and then keep going off, thinning out your deck. And of course, the skells are 2 and 7. This little fucker here is 2. 2100 attack ain't bad either. Then we got 2 Ignite Uzi. 27 defense. I like to put his big ass on the field and keep me safe. Skell 7. We got 2 Ignite Duringer. 2400 attack. He's my main beater of the bunch when it comes to the Ignites. 24 slap to the face. And, you know, you can bait out cards like Bottomless and Space Time with this guy as well. And he has a Skell 2. We got 2 Ignite Riots, a Skell 7, and he has 2500 defense, which is very well. That's the 4 level 6s and the 4 level 5s. Moving on to the 4s, we got 3 Ignite Dragunov, 1700. Mostly I run 3 of the 4s so that if they go to the extra deck, I can Pendulum summon out and Exceed into rank 4s, which is, of course, the most dominating Exceed area there is. 1700 ain't no laughing matter, though, and he's a Skell 7. And then we have Ignite Musket, who is a Skell 4 as well. Or a level 4, sorry, Skell 2 as well. And 1900 defense is pretty good, and they do allow for Exceed engines. Now that's all I run on the Ignites. The whole point of the concept is you play Skell 2, play Skell 5, or Skell 2, Skell 7, and then you proceed to, you know, pop them, search out another one. If you have one in your hand, play them, and keep the chain going to thin out your deck. But try not to thin your deck out too fastly, because you do need the vanillas in your deck for reasons I'll get to in a bit. But it does help you kind of get everything going so you can get the Pendulum summon going, Exceeding going, and whatnot. Or at least just get a body of monsters on the field. Solemns are your enemy. I then, of course, run 3 Manju of the 10,000 hand. It is a ritual deck. Why would I not run him? Get me that ritual spell or monster from deck to hand. And then here's a card that most people either know about, but have never actually played, or have no clue what the fuck it does. 3, Spiritual Whisper. Now, I'll read to you what this card is. It's, of course, a Wind level 4, 200 attack, 2000 defense. And yes, it's in, the picture may be Japanese, but it is in America. He is a winged beast, Wind, of course. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Not horrible. But the main effect is, when this card is pendulum summoned, you can add 1 ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So, in a pendulum deck, you pendulum summon him out in defense mode, and basically it's like having another copy of Manju. Get that card that you need to your hand to go off. And it ain't the once per turn is only for the destroyed in battle part. So you can literally pendulum summon 2 or 3 of these out and search your deck and get what you want. At least that's what it allows me to do on here. Then, onto the rituals, the 5 rituals, which I will go into big detail, so this video might be a little long. We start off with Necros of Trishula. And yes, you can ritual summon in here. No, I don't run any other Necros. Just so y'all know, this ain't a Necros deck. I'm just borrowing this particular Necros for the Horsemen I need. 2700 attack, 2000 defense, Water Warrior. Its first effect, discarding it to do whatever with Necros so they can't be targeted. Bullshit, that don't happen. Now, the effect that matters is when he's ritual summoned, you can banish a card from your opponent's hand, field, and grave, though they must have a card in all 3 for this effect to work. He is my Horseman of Famine. Famine is all about taking away your opponent's options, taking away their resources. You never get full, you know? You take away the ability to get full. Well, you take away the ability for them to get ahead in the game by taking away 3 of their resources and saying, fuck you! So that is why he is my Horseman of Famine. He fits the take of famine, in my opinion. Then we have the Horseman, or should I say Horsewoman, of Conquest. Good old prediction princess Toria, I guess? I just call her prediction princess. Okay, her main effect is during the end phase, you can special summon a flip effect, face down. No, that bullshit don't happen here. It's the other effects you want to worry about. During either player's turn, you can target a face-down monster and flip it face-up attack. Abusable with Manju by Naiad. And during either player's turn, you can target a face-up monster and flip them face-down and make them go night-night, which is really good. You get her on the field, 2700 attack. Your opponent goes, I summon, and I'll like, see, face-down. No, you don't. But I'll go to... No, you won't. You'll go to sleep. And it is so annoying. I've had so many people just like, fuck you! And you just keep putting them face-down and then run them over. And, furthermore, her flipping face-down effect comes in handy for the next Horseman. Oh, which, by the way, the reason why she is Conquest is because she kind of gives you Conquest and victory. No matter how powerful your opponent's monster is, he can't do shit if he's sleeping. And for the next Horseman, we have War. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Now, yes, this card is only in Japan right now, but I am playing on YGOPRO. I don't really do real-life stuff anymore. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, for those who don't know or have been living under a rock, is a dragon, dark, 8-star, which is weird for Blue Eyes, 4000 attack, 0 defense. He can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, and if he battles a defense position monster, he'll inflict double piercing damage. So, good old prediction puts him face down, and he slams them up the ass with the silver spiked dildo. And that can win you games if their defense ain't high. And that combo is really good, and just getting this little fucker out, I'm telling you, it's not impossible to get him off the field, but they gotta work a little harder to do so. And I like that about him. He's powerful. He's definitely the embodiment of war. Hard to stop, packs a punch, and you run in fear, it makes him stronger. Then we got Pestilence. I'm gonna pronounce this name best I can. Ammopractor Pain, the Imagination Draco Overlord. Yeah. Mouthful. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. Anyway, obviously he has effects with the Overlord cards, but fuck that shit. We don't care about that. The effect we care about is, first of all, he's a level 8 Earth Dragon, 2950 attack, 2500 defense. Now, when he's ritual summoned, your opponent has to skip their next main phase 1. Period. End of story. Oh, I want to summon. No. I want to exceed before. No. You want to do anything, you have to either go straight to the battle phase or go straight to main phase 2, and then you can't do shit after you do it to me. So, main phase 1, upon being ritual summoned, fuck you, you don't get it. Goodbye. Already awesome effect. can get you ahead in the game big time. Second effect. Oh, you see those pretty little exceeds, synchros, and fusions on the field? They have no effects. Fuck you. They're done. It negates all the effects of face-up synchros, exceeds, and fusions that are on the field. So, extra deck monsters, unless you're summoning them as a vanilla beater, they don't do shit. Now, granted, it does hurt your exceeds, so when he's out, think twice about exceed summoning, unless you just need an extra punch in the face. He really shuts down a lot of decks, and I love bringing him out, especially against, like, Stellar Knights. Let's see, what else? Well, it wouldn't do much against Pepe. Well, maybe a little against Pepe. But Stellar Knights is, like, really the funnest deck to put it against. Also, trying to think of the top tier decks right now. Burning Abyss. They ain't doing shit with this motherfucker. I summoned Dante and all. No, you won't. No. You're just going to sit there and look pretty while I ram over your ass. And then, for death, the options were limited, so I went with this. This may get replaced later on. Oh, and in case you're wondering why I picked Pestilence for this one, look it up. I mean, he makes all the opponent's monsters sick. And he makes you sick by skipping your main phase. I mean, look it up. It's obviously a perfect fit. Then we have for death, Lord of Red. Let me rephrase that. Old Horus the Black Flame Dragon days with Lord of D and, Lord of Dragoons and all that shit. The old days. Okay, this guy is good, but if I find a replacement later on, I will replace it. He's a fire dragon, 8-star, 2400 attack, 2100 defense. Sorry, thirsty. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, except Lord of Reds, you can target one monster on the field and destroy it. And then, once per turn, if a card effect is activated besides his own, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. And you can do each effect once per turn during either player's turn. So every time your opponent's like, I'll play this field spell. No, you won't. Pop. I'll play this monster and I'll go to... No, you won't. Pop. It's just, it gets annoying. You just take away their resources left and right, kill off all their shit. And the cool part is it doesn't have to be your opponent's effects. You could activate a spell or... Well, I don't run traps, but you can activate a spell or a Manju of the 10,000 Hands or a Spiritual Whisper or some of your exceeds and pop something. Other rituals, he works really good with Prediction Princess as well, or Trishula if you summon it for it. It's like, pop, pop. It gets you ahead in the game. Now, 2400 attack ain't the greatest, but they gotta activate some effects to get higher than 24, at which point you're popping their shit and they're not getting very far. So, that's why he kind of fits death, for now. Then we move on to the spells. We got 2 Galaxy Cyclones. Twin Twister, the deck really already it goes to a lot of resources with the fact that, you're popping your own pendulum skulls and searching out other ones, and then you got ritual spells that send shit and all that, and it's like, no. So, Twin Twister's out of the question. I could go regular MST, but I like getting double buck here, more money. So, popping a face down and then being able to pop a face up, just seemed more feasibly worth it to me. But you can replace that with whatever you want. We then have 1 Regeki. I mean, come on, who leaves home without it? It's like a condom. It gets you where you want to get to, safe and sound. 1 Reinforcement of the army. They all are warriors. So, if you have Pendulum Skull, 2 Pendulum Skulls on the field, and you draw into Reinforcement, you could pop them, search out a skull, play Reinforcement of the army, search out the opposite skull, pop, pop, Pendulum up. Same concept goes with the 3 Summoner Arts that I run, because I do run 4 6s and 4 5s. Pop, pop, add, pop, 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 add, pendulum, and exceed, or whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't think I really need to go into much explanation. You know what this shit does. Y'all were probably around for the Cleaport engine, and, Summoner's Art really fucked a lot of people over. So, good card. Then we run this card. 2, Odd Eyes Advent. It's a ritual spell. For those of you who are like, what the fuck does this do? Nobody plays this. Okay, I'll read it to you. This card can be used to ritual summon any dragon-type ritual monster. Chaos Max, Overlord, and Lord of Red, which I'm surprised Trishula is a warrior in this, but in ritual form he's a warrior, so you can't use it for him, but whatever. So these 3 you can use it on. Okay. Now, Dragon-type ritual. Now you can summon it from your hand or graveyard, but you must tribute pendulum monsters from your hand or field, Or, if your opponent controls 2 monsters or more, and you control no monsters, you can send odd eyes monsters, synchros, fusions, exceeds, well, synchro fusions, because exceeds don't have level, from your extra deck to the grave, whose total level equals the level of that ritual monster or more. You can only use one of this card per turn. So let me put this in terms, because I probably confused the fuck out of most of you. Okay, it works like this. You play this. Your opponent has 2 or more monsters on the field. You send an odd eyes, couple odd eyes, synchros, or fusions from your deck. Boom, get a free ritual from your hand or grave. Well, out of those 3. Or you can pendulum summon shit to the field and then tribute the pendulum monsters to summon them out from your hand or grave. This allows for a recurrence. Haha! You got rid of my Chaos Max! But guess what? He's back! And then you go on your tantrum again. And keep in mind, this is considered ritual summoning, so, you know, Overlord here is still gonna make you skip your main phase, bitch. And it's abusable. I don't run 3 because you're not going to always have your pendulum zone filled up enough to pull this off. And, you know, you don't want to dead draw it if you have something already on the field. So 2 works for me, but you can, you know, change the number how you see fit. And then the main ritual spell of the deck, and if you haven't guessed it yet, I need to hit you upside the head with the frying pan. Advanced Ritual Arts. 3 of them. Why? Because all your shit's vanilla. Why not send a little of it to the grave? It's not going to hurt that much. I mean, there's a few times where I pop, add pop, and then I couldn't bring out one of my rituals because I went through all my 5s or 4s or whatever the case may be. But that very rarely happens. And then you're able to ritual summon out anything in here. It has to be exact rituals, but you got 5s, 4s, and 6s. You can easily get 9 stars out with a 5 and a 4, 8 stars out with 2 4s. So, I mean, you know, you're pretty good. You can get what you need to get out and then just go off. And you don't have to have the materials in your hand to do so. It goes straight from your deck, so it's just constant popping shit on a field. And then, of course, we run 3 Ignite Reloads. Sometimes you got 1 pendulum in your hand, not enough to really set a scale up, don't want to just sit there. Well, hey, draw 2. Okay. And, you know, more times than not, I mean, you can go more than draw 2 because you can send back any number and it's like a mallet plus 1. But more times than not, I just go 1 or 2 and then redraw and get, you know, an extra card. I don't usually do more than that because I want to be able to get my pendulum scales and zones filled up to go off. Keep in mind, you can only activate 1 of these per turn, and you can't activate any draw effects, upstart, 1 day apiece, reckless greed, whatever, on the turn you activate these cards. But this is the only draw card I run, so it's not that big of a deal. The deck is not meta in any way, but it's fun to play. You can rearrange the rituals as you see fit, make more lights, so you can play that light sanctuary fucking field spell that's out now. Whatever, you know, I mean, do it how you want, fix it up how you want, focus on one of these rituals, focus on more than one. It's up to you. But the pendulum ritual aspect allows good use for Spiritual Whisper and allows you to kind of, the only pendulums I'd recommend you running is either Ignite or Metamorphosis, aka Metal Foe, I think is what they're called here, because they're vanilla. And you can use Advanced Ritual Arts with them. Cleaports, you know, they wouldn't let you special summon anyway, and their effects and, you know, Pepe and all that shit. So you gotta run vanilla pendulums. These are the best ones. It lets the deck go off. I'll go into the extra deck now. We run the standard Gaga Cowboy, Last Minute Burn, Castell, do I really need to say, Heartland Draco. Remember, Pendulum Zones are considered a face-up spell card. 2,000 to the face. I like number 101, still shit. And he has an added protection. I threw in 1 Blade Armored Ninja for double attacking. This is better than Gaga Samurai as an option. You got your, of course, standard Utopia. Utopia Ray V, or Chaos Utopia? Yeah. Utopia, Chaos Utopia, and Utopia Lightning combo. I mean, duh. Play, stack. Can't activate shit, attack for 5,000. You know how it works. The bullshit's real, and the salt is flowing. You got 1 artifact Durandal for Spell or Trap Controller to shuffle your opponent's hand to prevent them from going off. 1 Volcasaurus for popping shit and then attacking, deal some damage. A Gauntlet Launcher just to get shit off the field. An M7 to get some resources back to hand. A Utopia Utopia Beyond to make their attack 0 and kind of go off. And then, of course, you run the Odd Eyes stuff. Meteor Burst and Vortex Dragon. These are for your Odd Eyes Advent. You play them when your opponent has 2 or more shit on the field. you send the shit to the graveyard. You have to send higher level. You have 8s and 9s, so you have to send both. So you're only going to get this off one time, and then you ritual summon one of them out and go off from there. So that's my deck. Like I said, not meta, but really fun to play. I suggest you give it a try, fix it up to your liking. If you like, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time, I say peace out, rock on!